morning, good evening, or good whatever time you are watching to the graduation of the Tri-Valley High School class of 2020. I would like to welcome the graduates and viewers to our virtual graduation. Of course, this is not how we all expected our graduation to happen, but with the given circumstances, we can only do so much. That being said, thank you all for joining us in celebrating this milestone in our lives. Whether you're watching in bed in your pajamas with snacks, or decided to spice it up and watch while wearing a button-up or dress. Either way, we still appreciate your time and virtual presence. So, we finally made it, my fellow graduates, to the moment we've been so desperately waiting for. The time where we spread our wings and fly to find out who we truly are and what we really want in life. We are grown, and we are somewhat prepared for adulthood. And although we didn't get to have that final stretch of learning in school, I know that we are prepared for what is next to come. To some of us, what's next is going off to college, whenever that may be, in hopes to fill our minds with what we are passionate about. We have students who are majoring in science, art, music, trades, and so on. And we also have brave students who are joining the armed forces. For others, though, moving on may be going straight to work, making money, because who doesn't like to make money, and maybe starting a family of their own. And for those who have no clue what they want to do or what they want out of life, that's completely okay. Give yourself some time to gain experience and learn a little more until you find the right path. This whole being sent off into the world as an adult is not easy, but I have hope that you'll figure it out. Now to the parents. Some of you are probably so ready to send your kid off into the world. I mean, it's been 18 years of constant going. Whether it's the continuous cooking, cleaning up after, going to games, and even having to hear your child constantly complain about whatever drama that's going on. That's a lot to handle, right? So hasta la vista, kid, you're on your own now. No, I'm just kidding. We know you love us, right? Then there are the parents who aren't just quite ready to let us go. We've been your babies for years. You don't want us to go so soon. You love seeing us do the things we love, and you just love our presence, even during the breakdowns and hysterical crying. It couldn't possibly be time for us to take off the training wheels yet, is it? Maybe, maybe not. And finally, there are the parents who this is their first time seeing their oldest, or only, take off. And the apprehension starts to settle in. It will be the constant, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" You don't know what it's like to send one off into the world all alone. This is your first time, and first times can be scary, right? However you're feeling about us leaving the nest, though, just know that we'll be all right. Maybe you need to hear that again. Mom, Dad, I'm going to be okay, okay? But can you please send me some toilet paper and snacks? Thanks, love you. Anyway, to sum it up, life's going to be crazy, but it'll be a heck of a fun time too. Graduates, we're going to have the most stressful but the most amazing time of our lives these next couple of years. We're going to try so hard to figure out who we are, and there will be bumps along the way, but there are going to be so many new experiences and exciting times as well. So don't worry, don't fret, just live in the moment and live each day as best as you can. But try not to worry your parents too much, okay? I know that's going to be hard for me as well as others, but we'll get the hang of it. Love you, Mom. Parents, we appreciate you more than you know, and we hope that you stick with us as we try to manage our way through this crazy life. We may have lost the training wheels you gave us at birth, but trust me, we've gained a new set in attempting to figure out this ever-changing puzzle of life. So please bear with us and give us the love and support we need. Again, thank you all for joining us to honor us graduates. Hopefully soon we will see each other in 3D again so that we can hold a real celebration that we worked hard for and deserve. Congratulations to us all. We made it.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight as we celebrate this cumulative accomplishment of the class of 2020, which is significantly attributable to the efforts of you, the family and friends of our graduates. It is both an honor and a pleasure for me to introduce this evening's commencement speaker. A 2005 graduate of Athens Area High School and standout quarterback, he attended Lock Haven University, continued his football career, and earned a Bachelor of Science in Health and Physical Education. He began his teaching career in the Spencer Van Etten Central School District in New York as a teacher at both the elementary and secondary levels and coach of JV baseball and girls basketball while continuing to coach football at his high school alma mater. From 2015 through 2018, we were fortunate to count him as a member of our Tri-Valley Junior-Senior High School faculty as a health and physical education teacher and member of our football coaching staff. More recently, he received his Master of Science in Sports Science, Sport Administration from Lock Haven University, and currently serves as a physical education teacher in the Middletown Area School District. The son of parents Lori and Todd, and brother to siblings Chad, Colin, and Carrie, he and his wife Kendra are expecting to expand their family later this summer. Again, it is my honor to present Mr. Jason Eby, tonight's speaker.
Dr. Snyder, thank you for the introduction, and I'm honored to be here today. Good evening to the graduates, parents, guardians, family members, faculty, staff, and administration. I want to say thank you to everyone who is attending this virtual ceremony. While this or anything from the past couple of months isn't ideal, it is still a very meaningful and important day for those involved. I want to start out by saying congratulations to the class of 2020 on fulfilling one of the major steps in their life, graduating high school. I also want to congratulate those individuals who've been invested in helping the graduates accomplish this goal. When I was asked to give this speech, I thought about all the other commencement speeches that I was able to hear. I started to realize a trend in all of those commencement speeches. The speaker was much older. They seemed to be very wise, and some, or most of them, had a significant life experience to share. I don't know if I really fit into the category of being that much older, and everybody has or knows the stereotype of the health and phys ed teacher, or better known as the gym teacher. With that being said, if you would have told me 10 years ago at my college graduation that I would be giving a graduation speech or a commencement speech to the class of 2020, I probably would have laughed and asked if it was a kindergarten graduation. This is an honor that I never imagined would be bestowed upon me in my career or in my life. It is an honor to be speaking at your graduation, and I'm forever grateful for this opportunity. I want to thank all of you for allowing me to be part of your graduation day. Like many other people this year giving a graduation or a commencement speech, the first thing I did was Google great commencement speeches, how to write a commencement speech, and the duration of the speech. I will say I forgot a lot from my public speaking class in college. Now, all of this was the easiest part of the whole process. Overall, from the different documents or articles I read, I gathered the same similar information. They gave me topics to cover, themes to follow, quotes to use, how to address the graduates on their level. Give the speech a little bit of your personality. Take it slow. And lastly, make sure to inspire the graduates for the next chapter in their life. I wrote, rewrote, deleted, added, deleted again, added some more to this speech to try to make it inspirational. I hope at least one person can take one thing from this speech. I also hope that you don't skip over the speech, and I hope you don't mute me since it is virtual. Now, thinking back to 2005 when I was sitting right where you are today, I had many big plans and big dreams. I plan on going to Lock Haven to study health and phys ed and to play football. After graduation, I'd plan on moving to North or South Carolina and living on the coast. I wanted to be a high school phys ed teacher and a high school football coach. I wanted to have the chance to win a state championship with my high school football team. And last but not least, I wanted to get married and have a family by the time I was 30. Well, 15 years later, I'm still living in Pennsylvania, which I wouldn't change. I'm teaching physical education at an elementary school. At the moment, I'm not coaching football. I got married at 31, and in August, at 33, I have a little boy due. Now, even though my future didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to or how I planned on it turning out when I was a senior in high school, I wouldn't change a thing. I feel like I've had the greatest life right now. My point with this short story is I've not failed at reaching my goals or my dreams. They've just changed as I've changed as a person. Many of you sitting here today are thinking about how much money you want to make, what kind of house you want to live in, what kind of car you want to drive, where you want to live, the area. What is that one special job that you want or you need to be happy? What kind of family do you want? It is great to imagine and plan all of this and to set goals for yourself, but never feel like a failure from not reaching the goals you set as a senior in high school. You are going to change more in the next 10 years than you could ever imagine. Therefore, those goals and those dreams are going to change along the way as well. Sometimes they're forced to change, and sometimes they change without you even knowing it. I'm going to offer you 3 pieces of advice that I feel like I've learned or that have helped me in my journey so far. The first one, be competitive. No matter what you decide to do after graduation, strive to be the best and continue to learn about the profession you choose. In college, while playing football, they would bring in new recruits at our position every year. They would tell us, we're bringing in this guy to beat you out. Now, this might sound mean, it might sound harsh, or that they didn't think you were good enough, but that was not the point in them telling us what they were doing. They were trying to push us to make ourselves better and to break through the imaginary limits or boundaries that we set for ourselves. Just like those recruits being brought in, you're going to face competition in your life. When entering the workforce, you'll compete against coworkers for promotions, for the best jobs at your employer, and for the chance of possibly being in a leadership role with that employer. If you go to college before entering the workforce, you're going to compete with your classmates to receive the highest grades and the highest GPA, to get the best internships, and to impress that one employer everybody seems to want to work for. You're probably thinking, I have to win against all of those people. No, that's not what I'm saying. I want you to push yourself past the limits that you set for yourself. Will it be scary? Yeah, it will be. But you are all capable of being great. And I want you to push yourself to be great and to do great things. Leave no doubt and have no regrets. My next piece of advice, persevere. All of you are going to go through many tough times in your life. Some of you have gone through things that are unimaginable already. And everybody has different things or goes through various things in their life, and nobody can actually say, yeah, I know what that feels like. I'll be the last person to say, I know what it's like, or I know how it feels. But you can make it through those tough times, even if it feels like you may not be able to. When you come out on the other end, you'll be a stronger and better person for it. When I was furloughed from Tri-Valley 2 years ago, it was a punch in the face that I never expected. Having to leave a place that you love and where you wanted to finish your career at was a tough pill to swallow. But it was a change of plan for that time. That summer was not a fun one. I was the final candidate in 3 separate jobs, and I didn't get any of them. As the summer wore on, I did secure employment at a cyber charter school. And most of you knowing me know that is not a place that I would want to be teaching at. But it was a change in the plan, and I rolled with it. Thankfully, I got a job offer at Middletown, where I'm currently at today, to be a physical education teacher at the elementary level. Again, change the plan, and I went with it, and I'm enjoying myself. Now, those 4 months were some of the most unnerving months that I've gone through in my life. And mostly it was because I couldn't control my plan, and I was in a state of limbo. Now, I had a great support system that helped me get through those times, and it's made me better in the long run. So what I want you to do, if you're going through something like that, find a strong support system to help you through it. It's not a weakness to ask for help or to talk to somebody about what you're going through. It helps. You will persevere, and you will get back to the plan. The last piece of advice I'm going to offer you is to enjoy the moment. With our lives being more entwined with technology, we all need to take time to enjoy the moments we have, whether they are big or small. Being an older millennial, millennials are born from 1981 to 1996. We've gone through some of the most radical changes in our lifetime. Now, fortunately, as children, we were able to still use our imaginations. We didn't have devices constantly in our face, or we weren't using them. We weren't playing video games like kids do today. We played outside past dark, and we didn't have to worry. We were naive about the outside world really until we got to middle school, late middle school or high school. Now 9/11 changed some of that, but we were still very naive really until we got to high school. And lastly, I think we were the last generation that actually knew what it was truly like to be bored. I'm thankful for being in this transition from where computers went from sitting on desks and pages taking minutes to load, and you had to sit there and watch and wait for it to load. Now, you're able to carry a small computer in your pocket and have access to the entire world in split seconds. It has allowed me to see the good and the bad that comes with technology. And I want to offer you a little bit of advice, and I want you to try these the next time you're with your friends, you're at a concert, you're with your family, you're looking at a great view, or you're just watching your dog do whatever your dog is doing. Enjoy the moment that you are in. Yes, snap a picture, take a quick video, but don't hide behind the phone or watch from the screen. You're not going to get the whole experience, and you're missing things that you should be seeing if you're just viewing it from behind the screen. So take a quick video, snap a quick picture, but move it out of the way and take in everything. Stop and look up. Oftentimes we focus on what is directly in front of us. This might be from having devices all the time right now, or it's inherently what we do. I came to this realization last year when we were hiking through Colorado. We were in an amazing meadow with the clearest stream that I've ever seen. And my focus was on catching a trout in Colorado. At this point in the trip, it had been something that was more obsessive, and it was my main goal. Now, I was so focused on the water and looking for fish that I almost missed one of my favorite views of our trip. Now, I finally did catch a beautiful brook trout in a deep mountain stream. After I let that fish go and it dove back down deep into its hole, I looked up and I saw the most amazing view. There were three gigantic mountains. There was a little snow still on them, even though it was July. There were no trees past the alpine line. Just below the alpine line, as your eyes move down more to the middle, it was just a thick layer of pine trees, and you couldn't see through them. And then it looked as though the stream was coming right out of the mountain and winding through a grassy green meadow. It was a postcard view, and I almost missed it because I was focused on catching that fish. So look up. My last part of advice in regards to technology is don't do it for the likes. Now, I'm not saying don't post things you enjoy, places you've been, random things that you do, goofy pictures you take with others. Post that stuff. I do. It's okay. You can post that. But don't get caught up in how many people like it, share it, or view your story. It doesn't matter how many likes, views, or shares you get. That doesn't make it more or less valuable. As long as you like it, that's the only currency that matters. So please stop giving value to how many likes, shares, or views that you get on social media. Don't do it for the likes. I hope some of what I've said today has been helpful, and I hope none of you skipped over my speech or muted me since it is a virtual speech. Again, I want to thank the class of 2020 for allowing me to be part of their graduation. I'm forever grateful and thankful that I was given this opportunity. I'm going to leave you with one more thing, a quote. Make a plan, have a vision to accomplish that plan, and realize the work that it takes to achieve your plan. Again, congratulations on this fantastic achievement, and thank you.
I dedicate this song to the class of 2020 and the senior chorus. Mama told me when I was young, sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say, and if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day. Oh, take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come, they will pass. You find a woman, yeah, you'll find love. Don't forget, son, there is someone above. Be a simple kind of man, or be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Forget your loss for the rich man's gold. All that you need now is in your soul. You can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man, or be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Boy, don't you worry, you'll find yourself. Follow your heart and nothing else. You can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied. Baby, be a simple kind of man, or be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Baby, be a simple man, or be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man.
Brooke Elizabeth Adams. Logan Ann Lombel. Regina Ruby Miller, Abigail Jillian Souls, Cassidy Filosa, Myah Grace Wehry, Matthew Adam Ace, Chase Michael Deeter, Reese James Artz, Tyler Scott Baer, Alvaro Barajas Rios, Courtney Rein Bolger, Celia Annette Bullock, Daniel John Bowman, Deidre Jade Dengler,
Colton James Fey, Cole Martin Focht,
Caitlin Taylor Lynn Gerard, Caden William Harner,
Alexander Jean Kehler,
Well, I guess it's the end of our senior year, so my send-off words, Frau, I was the Obst Bandit, and save the Beavers.
Amanda Catherine Kehler,
We've reached the pinnacle of our high school careers. Now it's time for me to soar at IUP. Best of luck in all your future endeavors, wherever life takes you.
Macy Lillian Cluck,
Bryce Larry Laudenslager, Kylie Elizabeth Mallams, Ashley Marie Maroldt, Tyler James McGrath, Hannah Elizabeth Messner, Trey Alexander Miller, Cody O'Brien Moore,
I would like to thank my classmates, teachers, and my family for their support. I'm so happy to be part of the class of 2020. Good luck, everyone. I'll miss you guys.
Cameron Ray Morgan, McKenna Adele Mussolino, Imogen Faith Neidlinger, Cole David Ney, Andrew Bryce Perobic, Cannon Scott Riley, Matthew Abraham Riley, Kelsey Aaliyah Rice, Madison Marie Rothermel, Bryce Rebecca Schwalm, Eliza Schwartz, Nicholas James Schwartz, Cassidy Michelle Schomper,
Roseanna Mea Sparacino,
Bailey Andrew Spittle, Elizabeth Joanne Stair,
Ben William Steely,
Jacob Michael Stroker, Ann Stedlack,
Deja K. Toller,
Rebecca Lee Wright, Salisa Leah Zutel,
Hi, I'm Salisa Zutel, and I'm going to the Army for Human Resource Specialist. I want to say thank you to my parents and all the teachers that helped me throughout the years.
On behalf of the class of 2020, we proudly accept our diplomas.
Now please join us in the turning of our tassels.
Hello to the Tri-Valley School Board, administration, faculty and staff, the community, my fellow graduates and their families, and anyone else watching. It is my pleasure to, metaphorically speaking, stand here before you and share some of my thoughts as this senior year comes to a close. For my speech, I'm going to employ a technique that I learned very thoroughly in school: point, proof, purpose, or at least the closest that I could get to it. So, my point for everything I'll discuss, my claim as to why I included what I did, is because the quotes I chose pertain to our current situation in some capacity, but they can also be applied to life in general. Also, I use quotes in the first place because they're more memorable, and that way you only have to sit here and listen to me once if you so choose. Besides, we have a whole life to go out and live, after all. The first quote I picked is, "Once you hit rock bottom, the only place to go is up." This struck a chord with me, and hopefully you as well, because of how profound it is. To explain why it's profound, why it matters, well, consider the qualities of being hardy versus being resilient. They're closely related, and yet there are distinctions between them. Hardiness reflects the ability to stay relatively unscathed through difficult circumstances. It seems that this is just innate in some people. But for those of us who are more susceptible to being put down, or for the times that get everyone down, there's resilience. Resilience reflects the ability to bounce back, to crawl your way out of a hole you just ended up falling into. Fortunately, it's been shown that you can learn or improve upon being resilient. Keep that in your mind as you forge a path ahead. Remember that you can recover from setbacks. In a similar line of reasoning comes a quote from Jimmy Dean. "I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination." The meaning behind this statement? To acknowledge that there are things out of our control, but to also recognize that we can adapt and overcome. Be tenacious and realize that what you have control over, such as certain plans or your attitude, can have a big impact. That fine-tuning these in the face of adversity enables you to still achieve goals. Finally, I know I've heard that life's unfair plenty of times. There is a possibility that certain aspirations may never come to fruition, or that things that seemed like guarantees, like prom or a traditional graduation, in our case for right now, got ripped away. In these instances, the following quote from Helen Keller becomes acutely relevant. "When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Change is an integral part of life. Embrace it. The dogs are being let out. Let's go show the world what we got."
If I had one word to describe the graduating class of 2020, it would be resilient. And I know that the topic on everyone's minds is the current pandemic. However, I want to reach beyond that and go back even further. My fellow classmates and I have had to withstand more than the loss of our senior prom and graduation. We may be one of the smallest classes in our school's history, but we have overcome enough for the next decade of graduating classes. Through every single loss we face, we remain bonded, like pieces of a puzzle, all with ever-changing edges and colors that somehow always fit together in the end to tell a beautiful story. The strong, talented, and accomplished graduates sitting here watching this pre-recorded video with me have learned much more than just material for a test in our time at Tri-Valley High School. My classmates and I were born into a negative society and a negative world. We entered this world in the wake of the tragedy on September 11th, and we were born at the beginning of what would become the longest war in U.S. history. America has become divided, and the world faces an impending climate crisis. However, we're still able to see the good and have an optimistic outlook on our futures. We have experienced loss of those closest to us. We lost a 12-year-long classmate of ours, and we have lost some of the best teachers at our school during our high school careers. However, we see beyond the negative. We were born into a world where we had to be strong without realizing it. We were able to overcome so much, and the only way that this has been possible was by doing it together. We became strong together. Throughout our high school careers, as we each discovered who we are and who we were meant to be, the pieces of our puzzle fell into place. Each of the educators at Tri-Valley cultivated us into hardworking individuals, all capable of amazingly different things. Whether our next steps lead us to higher education, service, employment, or parenthood, what we will take with us are the valuable lessons that we learned from the Tri-Valley School District community and our own families. The educators at our school do much more than just teach to a test. These people demonstrate what it means to value what you do and why we should have a positive outlook on our own futures. Due to the sheer diversity of our class, it would be impossible to mention specific teachers that have molded each of us without mentioning them all. I think that it is safe to say that each of our teachers serves as a positive role model, and I want to express gratitude for every single one of them equally. The teachers at Tri-Valley are what make attending our school such a unique experience. They are always willing to go the extra mile for their students, whether it be by taking time out of their personal lives to find new and interesting ways to engage us in lessons, or by filming a graduation video for us while we're in quarantine. Many of us have had each teacher for multiple years or multiple classes, and this has allowed us to form such strong connections to our teachers. You have inspired us to enjoy learning and to find our own passions. You taught us to do the best on everything, and you were always there to help us right back up when we failed. We can now accept that the true value of our education is how engaged we are in our learning, not a number on a piece of paper. We know now how to build relationships with our professors, bosses, and administrators in the future, and for this we will always be thankful. The greatest gift that each of us has been given in high school is each other. A few weeks ago, I asked my peers through the infamous Class of 2020 group chat what they thought about the best part of high school was and some of their favorite memories. Of course, there were crazy ones, like the raccoon scenario, the time Mr. Rizzo flipped his desk while standing on top of it, and that short period of time when drinking water was not allowed in school. But the most common theme through all of them was a feeling of togetherness. For many of us, our peers were the one thing that we looked forward to in coming to school every day. We were able to support each other through the hardest times, and this only made the good times that much better. There is a quote by Charles Dickens that is oftentimes alluded to when reflecting on the years of high school. It reads, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," and I feel that this truly encompasses the past 6 years of our lives. Even when things became difficult and we had to face loss, challenges, and negativity, we were able to stay strong together. We learned to value every moment and every memory, and to continue to spread our light for others that no longer can. So I again revisit the metaphor of the puzzle. No two of us are the same. However, we don't let our differences stand in the way of the endless care and support we will offer one another. Although this graduation may not be what anyone had ever anticipated, there will never be a challenge that we can't overcome. So take a moment to be proud of yourself for all of your hard work throughout high school and for all of the growth and strength you've developed along the way. The word valedictorian in Latin means goodbye or farewell. So on behalf of my class, I wanted to express gratitude for anyone and everyone that has shaped us into who we are today. We really could not have done it without all of your support and encouragement over the last 13 years of our education. Thank you for giving us the ability to write our own stories and for being a huge part of them. Goodbye, Tri-Valley. We will never forget you.